This is Mortal Kombat 10, or X as they've been calling it. I've been playing this for a bit now, although it does feel like I've been downloading it a lot more. It just seems to take forever. Now, I'm not going to the microtransactions and the few other things that have put a damper on the launch, but I will post them on the blog, link below. I did not play the game at launch anyway. I kind of waited a couple of days before buying, because you know all these games, there's always issues at launch, so I just figured I'd wait and see if I can get a good deal on the game as well. Now, I quite liked MK9. It's by far the best Mortal Kombat game, and MKX feels very similar. I mean, it looks absolutely amazing. It's definitely one of the best looking fighting games. Kind of wish they had stage fatalities though, but anyway. And the gameplay mechanics feels very much the same, although you do have the addition of the run stamina mechanic, and you also have the new brutalities, which basically, if you do a certain move to finish off the opponent, it triggers off the brutality finisher. Now, the combat for this and MK9, ages I just thought something felt a bit off and I could not put my finger on it. What I realised when playing so many fighting games like Blaze Blue, Killer Instinct, Street Fighter 4, it kind of hit me what it was. With many other fighting games, they're either pretty lenient with the combos or they require very specific time, and so for Street Fighter 4 for example, link combos require very specific timing to work. You can't just button bash, it just does not work most of the time. Marvel vs Capcom 3, when doing a chain combo, it's pretty lenient. With MK10 I kind of realised you have to do the moves in quick succession, like you have to do it really fast. Like for example, Katana's light punch combinations, if you just tap it like you would in most other fighting games, it just will not come out. You have to literally rapidly press the three buttons, light punch, light punch, light punch, one after the other, before it actually comes out. But then you can also use that to queue up moves, and you have to think of these combos almost like just one long fast command string. Like if you do light punch 3 times and then a fan throw in quick succession, it works, and even though you've just done the fan throw motion, you still see the last light punch coming out, but that's how it works, and once you get the hang of that, it's pretty handy. But then you can make all the strings much longer, so like you do the light punch, light punch, light punch, fan throw, and then you dash, and then you do another combo, and you have to rapidly string these together. That's kind of basically how that system works, and it took me a while to get the hang of that. Once I understood the combat system, it started to make sense. The only issue I kind of really had was when it felt like you had to commit to a combo. So when you jump in with a light punch, you had to rapidly do the combo, but before you know it, they've blocked it and they're hitting your back. So I do wish the preset combo strings would kind of open up a bit more variation. Not too much of a fan of these dialogue combos, because it does feel like you're stuck into that loop, and it just feels like some characters just have more options than others. But that's just probably just me anyway. I'm just not very good at this game. You have lots of characters. Well, you've got 25 characters, and you have 3 sets of variations, which is pretty cool because it does vary things up a bit, and gives you different options for characters. So I'm sure you can find a character you like and variation of that character you like as well. You got the crypt returning, but now it's a bit different. It's a first-person exploring mode. You go around just destroying gravestones and opening treasure chests, and you get these little combat things which give you awards as well. And another big thing is you can now ally yourself to a faction. When you start the game, you get to choose a faction, and you're part of that faction. You can change factions at any time, but you get specific faction fatalities. The more you play, the more you contribute, and you get rewards at the end of events. You also have towers as well, like the old arcade games where you fight against opponent, and when you get to the top, you see the characters ending. There are different towers, though. You have survival modes. You also have the things called the living tower. It gives you like daily challenges for towers, weekly and monthly as well. Online I've not had too much time with it because I have a lousy broadband. It seems okay, but with me, I have to be playing people fairly close, so any further away outside of, say, mainland Europe, it starts to get a bit dodgy for me because my ping times are just not that good. But in the end, is it worth buying? That's a tough one, because with all the stuff that's coming up, the fact that Gora was a pre-order bonus, you've got 4 characters coming up in the combat pack, and the combat pack is €29.99 for where I am. That's over half the price of the game, and the game has 25 characters, so you can see it's a bit of a rip-off. I thought I'd probably say wait if you do have the patience, wait, because you know that in a few months, PC wise, you're going to get the Steam Summer Sale. I'm sure that's going to come out, and you're definitely going to get the complete edition, and you know there's always going to be patches. Wait until you can get it for a decent price as well, because as I said, the game itself fundamentally is pretty good. You've got so many game modes, you have lots of characters as well, but you just know that it's going to get better in time, and there's going to be more versions of it coming out. So I'd say if you can, hold out on it. If you can't wait, then perhaps see if you can wait just a little bit, so see if you can get a little bit of a better price for it. You can get it second hand as well.